Hey guys, welcome to Drop Time, the self-proclaimed #1 podcast that covers the latest sneaker releases. We're your hosts with the most.
This is Jamal.
This is Luis. Make sure to check us out on Twitter at @droptime_ and also on Instagram at _droptime.
Today is December 6th. Can't believe we're already almost a week into December. The year is almost over, but so far it has been a crazy month. We've already had a huge kickoff to this week. So thank you for tuning into another episode. We have hit, I don't know, can you consider this a milestone, Luis? Episode 20? Is this a milestone for us?
Yeah, I think it is, man. We started off this podcast as just like something to do besides the Twitter page, just expand our audience more to help the community. So I guess we can say having 20 episodes of the podcast in is a major milestone.
Yeah, I would consider it. I would consider it pretty significant. Probably most people that start a podcast, they hit like, I don't know, 3 or 4 episodes and then like, forget it. I don't want to do this, but no.
It just dies off. They quit. We're not quitters, man. We're here to stay.
No, we're this is staying here for a long time. But thank you for tuning in again. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you following us on Twitter. Keep those post notifications on because those post notifications are it. That's what matters. That's how you are able to cop all of this exclusive stuff. But let's give you a quick rundown of what we're seeing coming up this week. So on Sunday, today the 6th, we're not going to be seeing anything. Monday, we're not going to be seeing. Actually, there is a Kids Monday program. I don't know if anybody cares about it. It's
nobody does.
Well, it's with Lucky Charms. There'll be some. I don't know. I haven't seen if the marshmallows are different, but that's about it. And then on Tuesday the 8th, we'll see the J Balvin Air Jordan 1 highs. We'll also see Post Malone do another collab with Crocs. And then following on Wednesday the 9th, we will see the Dunk High Varsity Maize. And then on Thursday the 10th, we will see Supreme Week 16. We'll see, we'll let Luis let us know if there's actually something decent coming out for Supreme this week. And then we will also see a restock. I don't even know if I can consider this a restock anymore. This is I don't know, I've seen the Zebras way more than I've seen a lot of others. I've seen Jordan 1s. They've retroed this more than anything in the world. We'll see the Adidas Yeezy Boost Zebras. And then following on Friday the 11th, that's when things start to get busy. We'll see the Ambush Dunk High in the black colorway. We'll also see the Adidas Yeezy Boost 380 Azure. The Adidas Yeezy Boost 380 Luis, you gotta help me out with this. How do you say this one? LMNTE?
I just say lemon, bro. Lemon tea.
All right, we'll call them the lemons. And then we'll also see there's one last colorway of this Yeezy Boost 380. It's the highlight. And then we're still on Friday, we'll see the SNS Adidas Ultra 4D Tea Time. And then we will see 2 colorways of the Stussy Air Force 1 lows in the fossil and the black colorways. And then to finish off the week on Saturday, we will see Air Jordan 11 Retro Jubilees. Those will finally drop, even though they've dropped so many times. We will see the Adidas Yeezy Boost 380. So there's those 380s. I'm not going to go break those down again. They're going to be in a reflective colorway on Saturday the 12th. But that's what we are having coming up this week. But first, let's give you a quick rundown and a quick recap of what we saw in the previous week.
So last week on Tuesday, we had the women's Air Jordan 1 High Zoom come out in the Summit White colorway. Retail was $140. Current resale $230 to $330. So resale is going pretty good. They were kind of hard to get. So if you did get them, congratulations.
I don't know if I can say kind of. I would put this into like one of the hardest shoes in this year to get for whatever reason.
Is that how you really feel, Jamal? Or are you just exaggerating for the podcast?
I think there was like, I don't know, 40 pairs on Foot Locker. That's about it.
That's not an issue, man. It's not an issue. We have, as long as you have post notifications enabled, you will probably get a pair.
Yeah, because we posted when Nike dropped them. So yeah, there was definitely there was a very good chance that you were able to cop them, even though those slim numbers on Foot Locker, there was still a chance because Nike ended up having a shock drop of them, but we got you covered with that. So I don't know. I don't even think I saw anybody post that they had success as usual. We're still waiting on people to post success. I don't know what people are doing. They sleeping on posting that success.
We've been having a lot more success posted lately. I guess you could say like within like the last month. I guess you can say month and a half.
I mean, if you say so.
I think so. Yeah, we had that mail call last week on Sunday We had I think it was like, yeah, that one guy post, and then there was that 2 weekends ago. Man, I don't know.
See, it's not frequent enough that we can be talking about it like, oh, yesterday somebody posted, which yeah, I don't know. We'll talk about the drop yesterday and later on, but yeah, we're still
Yeah,
waiting on
so
people to post success.
we also have the Nike Dunk High come out in the invert Celtics colorway. This was a exclusive for the EU. We're gonna see a US release later on, which we'll talk about that at a later podcast, or maybe we're gonna tweet about it. We don't know yet. Retail is 120, current resale 220 to 280. This was pretty easy to get. I'm just playing. No, it wasn't.
Nobody had these.
It was not easy to get, but if you did get it again, once again, as the same shoe, congratulations to yourself. Let's give them a clap, Jamal. Come
Yeah,
on, Jamal.
that was I don't know. Do you like this colorway?
I'm not a big fan of it. It's something different. I guess you can say for the kids.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we can say it's for the kids.
Yeah, something different for the kids. Yeah, no, I like it. Like at first, I didn't know that it was like different colorways. Like when we first talked about it,
Oh yeah,
I thought it was just pink. So I was like, this kind of lame. And then I saw like I looked more into it later on, and I was like, when like after I had dropped, I looked into it more, and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. It's pretty good colorway. It's like it's not just pink. It has like green, if I remember correctly. It was like a mashup
Yeah.
of like two shoes in one. So it's definitely something that I would probably wear, but I don't think a lot of people would wear. It kind of gives me the same sort of vibe as the J Balvin ones. It's like it's like whoa,
It's out there. It's much different than anything else.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely something different, you know. But that's pretty much it for Tuesday. We had a solid start of the week. I guess start of the week on Tuesday. That's when we started our week here at Drop Time on Tuesdays, not Mondays.
Yeah, no,
But
Mondays there's never anything usually.
yeah, just Kith, but Kith just does collabs with like cereal companies and stuff.
They just
like
do a
that
collab with whoever they can do a collab with, whoever wants to.
now. Ooh, harsh. That's deep. That's
No, I
deep.
mean, I don't know. Kids kind of, I don't know. I feel like they tried to be like Supreme, especially because they did like BOGOs and stuff every Monday. They used to do that a few years back. They would do a BOGO every Monday, which, I mean, that's like Supreme-esque, that you have a one drop per week and then BOGO was the big thing. But they kind of, I don't know, they fell off. It was never the same after like the first, I think, year of them doing it. It kind of just, everybody got sick of like, oh, another week, another same thing. And then they started doing these collabs, and I mean, I have no problem with it. At the end of the day, people buying this stuff, people like the brand, people like what they're buying. They actually make good quality. Supreme isn't always the best quality, so at least I'll give credit that Kith actually puts out good product. But yeah, they kind of played themselves out, that they were just doing the same thing over and over and over.
Yeah, no, I remember every BOGO was like every week. Like when I first got into like botting sneakers and all that stuff, I remember I thought that Kith would like sell as much as Supreme did.
Yeah.
And I saw like a BOGO and I was like, oh, Kith BOGO. I'm like, maybe you'll do numbers. And I remember I got one and I was like, I was pretty much disappointed. And after that, I just like skipped Kith.
Yeah,
whatever.
They used to. It would be like at the very beginning when they started doing their Monday programs. It would be every single month. It was for a good amount of time. Every single week, there would be resell on whatever it was for Monday. But yeah, it got to the point. It was just, it was too much of the same thing.
Yeah, but that's enough for Tuesday. Take us into Wednesday, Jamal. Did something interesting happen on
There
Wednesday?
was something very interesting happen. So we saw the Frame Nike SB Dunk Lows drop. This is the Habibi colorway. This is Luis's favorite, the Habibis. So retail was 110. Resale right now sitting 575 to 720. This was an interesting one though. So as we all know, majority of the shops that got these, they just did raffles. But it was weird because ended up being Nike shock dropped these, but as a raffles, and it was only for Europe. They didn't actually end up dropping, which this is specifically coming from Nike, that they put out an article about these shoes and said that they will drop on the 2nd at Frame, and then they will drop later on the 5th on sneakers. But then they only dropped in Europe on sneakers. They didn't drop them in the US. So I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe they got some shipping issues again, as usual. Just that's
Hopefully, there's a later shipment day for the U.S. because I really want to get a pair off of
no.
sneakers.
I would expect that there is, just because I mean that's just how things are. Logistics are still messed up all around the world, so there's still issues with getting product on time. I would assume. I would hope. I'm not even assume. I would hope that they end up dropping into the US. Yeah, because I know, Luis, you 100% need these. I mean, just off of the name, the shoe can be the ugliest thing in the world, but off of the name that the shoe has, you have to have these.
Yeah, man. I have a lot of I guess Middle Eastern friends, and we all just call each other Habibi, which is like it's like brother, I guess you can say.
I mean, it's not
So
brother at all, but you can
yeah,
go with
no.
that if you really want. It's
All right,
not
Jamal,
brother
go
at
more
all.
into it. Go more into it.
It means my love. That's what it means.
Well, it's like a term of endearment, bro. That's what
Yeah,
I meant to
it's a
say.
100%. It's a term of endearment. It means
Yeah,
my
'cause
love. Yeah.
it's a different culture, so that's how I take it. Because
Oh,
it's
no, it
similar
is.
to
No, it is. It's a term of endearment. 100%.
yeah, it's a term of endearment. Yeah, so like my brothers, my friends, like we consider ourselves like brothers. So like I just use that amongst my friends and whatnot. So yeah, no, I really like the shoe. The colorway is pretty nice, and it's going. If I get it, it's going straight to the toe,
Yeah, it's
no
perfect.
doubt a doubt.
Perfect for Christmas time.
Yeah, the colorways. Yeah, colorways are pretty go with Christmas and whatnot. But yeah, it's a pretty nice colorway. I know Jamal will probably get it too if he has the opportunity to get it.
Oh no, yeah, I'd for sure get these also. Just gotta wait for that US release.
Yeah, hopefully I'll have the opportunity to get them.
Oh yeah. But that is
But
all that we saw on Wednesday. That was the only drop on Wednesday, but don't worry, the rest of the week was still busy. So what did we see on Thursday, Luis?
we asked everybody know Supreme Thursday, best day of the week. So this week was Supreme Week 15. We had the Crossbox BOGO hoodie and also the beanie and some other things that don't really matter. But the BOGO hoodie retailed for 168. Current resale 380 to 470 depending on the size and the colorway. And the Cross BOGO beanie retailed for 38. Current resale 80 through $100. These are pretty easy to get, surprisingly. If you went manual, you
Easy. I mean,
yeah.
you make
No, they
me feel
were.
bad now.
No, Jamal, come on, man. There's a lot of people who just first time going for Supreme and just got multiples.
Is this true?
I had a friend. Actually, it's a common friend.
Yeah.
He got five hoodies and like 3 beanies, and then he taught some guy how to bot, and his friend got like 10.
What? I didn't even get one.
Dude,
I didn't use a bot, but I didn't use a bot. I only went manual, but I didn't even get one.
Didn't you tell me your friend got like a hoodie and a beanie too?
Yeah, first time he ever had. I mean, I might be misspeaking, but first time he ever tried to buy anything on Supreme. He probably had been on the website before, but first time he ever tried to buy something on Supreme, he hits a freaking he hits a BOGO and BOGO beanie. It's crazy.
Wow, talk about beginner's luck.
For real, like that's like true beginner's luck. This man never had even bought something on Supreme, and the first time it ends up being a BOGO. That's beginner's luck to the ultimate.
Yeah, but that was pretty much it for Supreme Week 15, aka Supreme Thursdays. And then it was a pretty solid week. The drop was kind of weak, but we had the Crossbox hoodie come out, the Crossbox logo come out, so that kind of saved the week this week. So let's see what's going to come out next week. Maybe hopefully something good, because there's still a couple goodies left to drop for Supreme. But that's pretty much it for Thursday. So let's go into Friday, Jamal. Anything exotic come out?
Exotic, I don't know about that. I mean, it depends on who you are to say that, I guess. But we saw the women's Air Jordan 8 Burgundy colorway. Not much to say about this. At the end of the day, it's a Jordan 8. There's not many Jordan 8s that actually people care for other than the Bugs Bunnies. But retail 190, resale sitting 220 to 240. I honestly think this price will probably drop once people get pairs in hand. They'll probably go for closer to retail. But I guess we'll have to wait and see about that. And then also we saw the Social Status by Adidas Ultra 4Ds. So this was a limited shoe, but I guess to me, I'm taking this is the status of Adidas Resell. So retail on them 250. Resell is only sitting at 290 to 320. And this is, I don't think that many people have even gotten pairs, and that's what resell's sitting at. And you have to keep in mind, these were limited to, what was it, 3,020 pairs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they're pretty limited.
Yeah, and they're individually numbered. So it's not just like they're saying that's how many pairs there are. We know that's how many pairs there are because they're individually numbered. And resale is only like $50 above retail. I mean, I don't know. To me, that's kind of like, this is what Adidas Resell is other, like if it's not a Yeezy, this is what you can expect out of Adidas Resell. There's it's just kind of dead. I mean, the brand's still selling a lot of product. Like what they did over the past few years, it was enough because everybody wearing Adidas now. But in terms of reselling their shoes, if it's not Yeezy, it's not much. It's interesting. I mean, I thought a shoe this limited, you would have gotten more resale than $50.
We had some people some people that that hyped up the shoe on our Twitter, and I think like 3 or 4 people that copped it. So I guess like the hype is there, but it's not the same hype as Yeezy.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I mean, people still want the shoe, which congrats to anybody that was able to cop them. I mean, if you're wanting the shoe, good for you that like you were able to get it. I'm happy to see people were able to get it. At the end of the day, it was a limited shoe, but it's just interesting to see how Adidas, like it was anything and all Adidas shoes would resell, other than like, there's certain ones nobody cared for, but like if it was an Ultra Boost like back in the day, any single Ultra Boost, no matter what the color was, would have resell. And it's interesting to see now a shoe that's limited to only 3,000 pairs doesn't have much resell at all. It's just interesting to see how big things changed over the past few years for Adidas.
I don't even think it's been that many years, man. It's been like 3, and it's just been a big difference.
Yeah, it's been about 3 or 4 years since it was like, every single Ultra Boost would resell. There was not one color that wouldn't resell.
Yeah, I still remember that one. I think I've said the story on the podcast already. That time I found these Chinese New Year Ultra Boost at a store in Turkey online, and they're the only ones in stock with it. And I flipped it for like double, I think, on StockX.
Oh yeah, the Chinese New Year Ultra Boost, those used to do so well, especially the first ones. The first ones, I remember when they dropped. Nobody even knew what they were. Like nobody knew what the colorway was called. They just dropped on Adidas site. Nobody knew what they were, and then ends up being the shoe goes for like $2,000-$3,000. It was crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. It's crazy. It's like you said, it's crazy how like the times have the tide has changed.
Oh yeah, big time. Like I don't know. It's just I mean, the biggest comparison is that there's those the Burgundy Ultra Boost, the 1.0s that they used to be a $1,000-$2,000 shoe, and then now they just sit for retail, and you can get them even below retail. And we're just talking about like a 3-4 year difference. It's interesting to see something that dramatic, that a shoe goes from that price and now it sits at retail when they do a restock.
We're kind of seeing the same trend happen right now with the Yeezys, because remember Yeezys back in the day, they'd go for like $550, $600, even up towards $2,500.
Oh yeah.
And this thing happened with the shoe that we're talking about, that you're gonna talk about next.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, that is very true. Yeah, so on Saturday we saw the Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2 in the bread colorway have a massive return. So I don't know, this was an interesting drop. So retail $220 as normal. Resale right now is in about $378 to $440. So what I saw, I have to check again. What I saw after the drop though is prices ended up actually going up, because the rumor. No, honestly, I saw prices here. Okay, let's.
These numbers are accurate. These numbers are accurate.
No, I know, but prices were sitting below what they are now. So if you got these updated today, then prices are sitting below what they.
I updated these today
before the release. Okay, so let me see. Let me see a graph real quick. Yeah, so I was seeing so prices are now climbing above 400 for pretty much every single size. I was seeing prices start to dip to like 350 and below. That's what I was seeing the day before the release. Prices were going 350 and below. So they did have a decent bump up to over 380 on all sizes. So
dude, like the worst thing out of this whole situation, man, like, so we're talking about this Yeezy V2 bread drop and whatnot. So that was the first shoe I resold. That's what put me on, dude. Actually, yeah, that's what put me on. Like, I bought that. That was my first shoe, and then I was happy I copped yesterday, because
you were able to get one. I remember that.
Yeah. I got one, and I paid like way over like what I was supposed to. It was like retail where I'm at. I paid, I think it was like $5,000 pesos, like Mexican pesos, which is equivalent to like 271 because I paid it with PayPal. So like I got charged a lot of tax and I had to pay shipping, and then the conversion messed me up, and then I come to find out like 5 hours later that I got refunded because they didn't have enough stock. What's up with that, man? How does a retailer run out of stock when we know that they load the numbers? They're the ones that put the numbers in right there themselves. It's not like they're just like,
No,
oh,
that
we're gonna.
happens. No, no. When something's moving that quick, sometimes inventory system can't keep up with the purchases.
Well, I understand like Nordstrom, but Shopify.
Yeah, no, even with Shopify, or maybe they thought you were a bot and they canceled you.
I don't know, man.
That's another option. Maybe they thought you were a bot, they canceled you.
They said they canceled me because they have enough stocks. I was
well,
like,
yeah,
whatever.
they don't want to come out and just straight up say we thought you were a bot, so we canceled you. So they make the excuse we didn't have stock.
Well, I was pretty bummed, man. I didn't get my size. I got an 8.5. But like my goal was like, okay, once I get back to LA, I'll just go trade it for a size 12.5 or like a 12, or a 13 maybe. But it was unfortunate.
Maybe somebody, maybe one of the listeners got a 13 and they can sell it to you.
Hey, if you're trying to sell retail plus ship, what up? Hit me up. I'm just playing.
No, but so these did go. So okay, so the rumor about these was that there's stock for days. That there's so many of these coming out and all of this and that. I don't think there was one site, which usually you'll at least get like Yeezy Supply or Foot sites, that there's at some point some decent chance, no matter how many bots, how many people want to complain about bots taking all stock from all sites, it doesn't make a difference. When there's a lot of stock on one specific site, I don't care how many bots there are trying to get shoes, at some point manual has a chance, just because at the end of the day there's too much stock for it not to have a chance. But there was not one site that I saw that had a decent chance for manual. On Yeezy Supply, it was out of stock way quicker than I would have thought with the amount of stock there was, and not even bot users, from what I understand, not even bot users had that great of a time on Yeezy Supply. And on Foot sites, it was the same situation. I mean, it was ridiculous. There was supposedly so much stock, but I didn't see anybody get like a massive amount of pairs. And for manual, I hardly saw anybody able to get any pairs at all. So it was an interesting drop, but I don't know if this bot protection is working or the stock numbers are a lie. It was just an interesting drop to say that the rumors were so much stock, and then I didn't see hardly anybody actually getting a lot of pairs or getting pairs.
Did you get a pair though, Jamal?
Did I get a pair? I think so.
Didn't you get 3?
I think I got 2.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn.
I think I got 2 pairs. Yeah, I was expecting to have like a decent amount just because stock was so high, but yeah, I never even passed the queue on Yeezy Supply.
Yeah, my friend got like 15 pairs off of Adidas UK.
Seriously?
Yeah, 15. But
Adidas UK, how many accounts did he enter with? My gosh.
I don't know.
Because Adidas UK is the drawing. You enter.
He got like 15 pairs.
That's crazy.
Or wait, was it UK or EU? I don't know,
UK,
man.
EU doesn't make a difference. It's Adidas doesn't release them. They do drawings.
Oh, yeah, because I saw he posted like a bunch of screenshots of like payment notifications, like payments that went through with different sizes. And I was like, wow.
He must have entered a lot of accounts then.
There must be like some sort of like Adidas raffle that does that sort of entry.
Yeah, I would assume there is probably. That would make sense that there would be. Hey, good for him though. That's impressive because these were not easy to get at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, so did you think that this was worth bringing these back?
Well, I think it is because it's one of the most hyped colorways there are. But one of the things, well, we're actually going to talk about the shoe later on in the podcast, the Zebra. I think it's been, I guess you could say, retroed too many times.
Yeah, I would completely agree. I think it's they're on their 5th time or something.
Yeah, but let's just wait until later in the podcast we can talk about that because I don't want to just go into a different shoe,
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. But yeah, so that wasn't it for Saturday. We also had the Air Jordan 9 Retro and the University Blue colorway come out. Retail $190, retail $240. So it's not doing numbers, but it's holding a steady price, which I'm kind of surprised. It is a Jordan 9. So it's kind of weird that it's kind of behaving like this. But we did announce this earlier in the week, well, on the last podcast, that this shoe was going to hold its value. So I was kind of surprised, but then not again, because we did say it in the podcast. So
Yeah,
shout out.
I am impressed that it's holding like 240. I thought it would have dropped to like 210, 220, but I am impressed
Or
that
maybe
it's holding
even under
240.
retail.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it is a Jordan 9, which is not something most people care for. So yeah, I am
It's a sleeper
surprised.
shoe, man. It's a sleeper shoe.
100%. And they ended up actually selling out pretty much everywhere pretty quick. So hopefully you guys had, again, post notifications on, because we did cover all of this stuff. And it was probably hard for some people because it was going on the same time as the Yeezys, but all the info was definitely there. So if you took advantage of it, maybe you weren't able to get some Yeezys, but definitely could have got some of these and made some decent money off of them.
That's true.
Then the last thing we saw on Saturday was the Air Jordan 4 Shashiko or Deep Ocean, depending on who you are, how you want to talk about the colorway. But so this was a European release, retail 190. Resell, I'm beyond surprised that resell's still this high. Resell's sitting at 265 to 330. I thought at this point, but it might be just because there hasn't been a US release of these or a wider release. It's been pretty limited so far. I thought resale would have dropped down to around like 240 on most sizes, but it's still sitting very high at the high 200s or low 300s. It wasn't, yeah.
When you take into account taxes and reshipping, the reshipper fee and whatnot, like it brings the price up of the shoe to like 260.
There are some sites that ship to US that we covered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there was some chances if you were in the US, there were some chances to get some shoes to get these. It wasn't as many as there are that sites released, because most they do restrict to Europe just with Nike's rules, but there was a few that they did ship to US, and it was a hard one to get though. At the end of the day, there wasn't that many sites. Obviously a lot of people wanted them if resale sitting this high, but yeah, we'll have to wait to see if there's finally a US release of these, because it does seem like a lot of people want them.
Hopefully.
Gets that. But that was the last thing that we saw in the previous week. So it was definitely a busy week. There was a lot to cop, but we have another busy week coming up. It's definitely not over. This whole month is going to be busy. So make sure that you are ready to be trying to buy all these shoes. And again, the biggest thing to remember, you might not hit on one release, but don't worry. It's not even you have to wait another week, another 2 weeks, another month. The next day, there'll be another thing to try to go after. So don't be discouraged just because you weren't able to hit on one release, because there's plenty of other stuff to try to get. But to kick off the week, like usual, we're not going to see anything on Sunday today. Monday, it's just like Kiss Monday program if anybody cares about Lucky Charms. Honestly, just go buy a box of regular Lucky Charms for way cheaper. Honestly,
they're not even that good.
Yeah. But to kick off the week officially on Tuesday the 8th, we'll see the J Balvin Air Jordan 1 highs. So these are going to be dropping on sneakers, a bunch of raffle fees. So watch out in a few days for us to be posting some raffles. Retail is 170 like usual. Resale right now is sitting at 530 to 700. The big question is that resale going to stay? I think it'll have a drop. But as hard as these probably are to get, I don't think it's going to have a massive drop like most will expect. Do you like these, Luis? I think it's a tough one to wear. Just it's a very loud colorway, but they're not bad.
I don't think it's tough to wear, man.
I mean, how you dress, maybe not. I mean, you always wearing like tie-dye and everything, so this is perfect for you. This is a tie-dye shoe.
I like this shoe, man. It's okay. So it's the sole is not like a white; it's sort of like a pinkish sole.
Yeah.
So it early in the podcast, I said, it's kind of weird, but tie-dye is in trend right now, so I don't think it'll be difficult to pull off.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. I mean, it's a decent colorway. I've seen.
Yeah, I saw a video with the Cam's Kicks where I think Seth Fowler. Yeah, Seth Fowler. He went into Cam's Kicks. I don't know. Do you know who Cam's Kicks is?
I can't say I do, but
I believe he's based in the Midwest, and he has a sneaker store. So he does like a daily video, sort of like how Cool Kicks does, where he like off with people and he has conversations. So he records all the interactions with everybody and whatnot. So Seth Fowler went into Cam's Kicks and he showed him the Oh, he sold them the J Balvin ones, and I was able to get a better look at them right there in the video. And I also saw Seth Fowler's video, so I kind of got a good impression of the shoes. So they are different, and the colors are different. They kind of remind me of oh, what's his name? The Japanese designer Murakami. Somewhere like a
Okay.
Murakami
Yeah,
vibe.
yeah. Maybe
Yeah,
they'll look better in person. I feel like this is a shoe that the colorway is so loud it probably looks better in person than in pictures.
yeah,
But we'll have to wait
yeah.
and see. But yeah, keep a lookout, keep those notifications on so you're not missing out on these. Just because, make sure you're entering the raffles because most sites are going to be doing raffles. So make sure that you are paying attention to all that stuff. But we will also see the same day on Tuesday. We will see Post Malone with his. I think this is on number 3 or number 4 collaboration with Crocs. So there's gonna be multiple. I believe it's 2 or 3. Let me check what it was again. Let me just confirm how many, because they're doing multiple colors. It's not gonna be just one shoe. They're done. So give me 1 second. I can give you actual amount if I can find the email that they sent out. Let me just search for it real quick.
Okay.
Okay, so it is gonna be, actually I guess this is the 5th time. So it looks like it's gonna be 2 different colorways. So there's gonna be a black colorway and there's gonna be a pink colorway. It's the all-terrain one, so they have like that all-terrain bottom on them. Retail 60, resell. My expectations is based on the other Post Malone Crocs that I've released. I'm thinking like $70 to $90. I'm not expecting anything crazy. The first colorway that Post Malone did with Crocs, those were extremely hyped, and those go for like $200-$300. But after that, it's kind of like, when it's the first, it's good. Like a Jordan 1, like the very first colorway of a Jordan 1 is like the most sought after, and then after that, it's not as much. There's still hype and demand, but it's never going to be like the first. So I think it's going to be the same with this. When they're on number 5, the hype is there. Like these will sell out. They're not going to be easy to get, but you don't expect anything crazy like the first one. So
No, yeah, it's definitely not. The resale opportunity is pretty much gone, in my opinion.
it's very slim margins. You kind of have to get a lot just to get something decent out of it. But definitely if you want personals, because at the end of the day, there's somebody paying resale. So obviously somebody wants them for personal. So instead of paying resale, that's where you come to us, because you can just get them for retail, save some money. But keep an eye on that. Keep an eye out for that information. Those are coming up on Tuesday the 8th. But then on Wednesday the 9th, we will see the Nike Dunk High in the Varsity Maize colorway. So these are retail 120. Resale right now sitting 270 to 300. Most likely, just because of the Dunk High, we'll probably see a decent drop in resale. That seems to be the trend. Dunk Highs definitely do not go as much as Dunk Lows. Dunk Lows are way more sought after. But still, it's a good colorway, solid colorway. If you want these, definitely don't wait to get them. Go
Kind of
hard.
boring, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's kind of got to the point. I mean, they're coming back. Like this is, I'm pretty sure this colorway released a long, long time ago, so they're coming back with it. But yeah, it's a very simple colorway. It's like a lot of them, a lot of the highs that they've been doing, they're very simple. It's nothing crazy, no crazy collabs or anything like that. It's a pretty basic colorway, but it's not bad. Definitely people want them if resale's sitting about 300 right now. But I think it'll drop closer to the 200s once they release. So don't wait on these. Definitely you have to go for them. You have to try all you can to get them if you're actually wanting a pair of these. But that is the only thing that we are seeing on Wednesday so far. And then what are we going to be seeing on Thursday, Luis?
On Thursday, we're gonna have Supreme Week 16. Everybody knows Supreme Thursdays are the best day of the week. As of now, Supreme hasn't announced what they're gonna release, but we do know that they have some heat left to drop. So let's see what's gonna happen then. We will tweet out later in the week and post on Instagram what's gonna happen. On Thursday, well, we have actually no, we don't. Oh yeah, on Thursday we also have the Adidas Easy Boost V2 Zebra. So this is gonna, so far it's only loaded on Adidas UK and EU, not on the United States Adidas website as of yet, as of the recording. But retail 220, current resale 360 to $500. So there is a wide variation of the current resale price, which we did see the same thing happen with the breads. So we saw them drop below before the release happened and the day of the release, but we've been seeing the price of the breads go up. So the same thing is going to happen with the Zebra. The price is going to drop before the release, and the day of, but the following day and the week after that, they're gonna go back up, hopefully to what they were the original high, because this shoe has
Original, like when they
no
first
no 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 no
released.
no 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 not to
Okay,
not the first
I
release.
hope not.
No way, Jose. It's not gonna go back up to there, but it's gonna go back to like 500, 500s, maybe like 450, 500. It's because this shoe has been retroed a couple times. It's insane, man. Because so I remember when the bread came out, that was like the first shoe I resold, and then the zebra came out, and that's the shoe that, so the bread like paved the way for me for sneaker reselling, but the zebra was the one who allowed me to get bots and proxies and just like learn more about like the culture and whatnot.
So that put you on the map.
Yeah, that, so the bread put me on, but the zebra put me on the map. Like that was the release where I saved enough money to get like, my goal going into the zebra release was to get like 20 pairs. That's how much money I had like saved up.
You're talking about the initial, like when they first released.
Yeah,
20 pairs, man. Imagine.
I had gotten 500 proxies, and I was ready, dude. I was like, yes, like, and I had a sneaker blog called White Cop. Shout out White Cop, man. That thing helped me buy a car. Yeah, it really helped me a lot. But what was I saying? Yeah. So the zebra, yeah, that was the one that put me on. So this shoe has a lot of nostalgia for me, a lot.
Yeah, and there's still a lot of demand. I mean, for them to release, what are they on their fourth time or something like that, and the resale is still sitting this high.
Yeah,
there's a lot of demand for this. This is a color that I don't think is going away anytime soon. So go for these. These supposedly are going to be European only. So there's plenty of chances for the US to be able to get them. You just have to. It's just most European retailers will ship to the US. So definitely keep an eye on post for that, because here is another chance to get them if you're still trying to get a pair.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it for Thursday. So on Friday we have a lot of things on Friday coming out. We have the Ambush Nike Dunk High in the black colorways. This is going to be on Sneakers, Shopify, and raffles. So this shoe is retailing for $180, current resale $500 to $600. It's kind of a different shoe. I was talking to Jamal earlier before the podcast. I thought it had wings.
Yeah.
And he was like, what are you talking about?
I mean, what was it? You thought the swoosh was the wing?
Yeah, I thought the swoosh. So initially I thought like the end of this, because the swoosh, like, it doesn't stop like at the shoe, like it goes to the back, so it's kind of like hanging. So I thought that was like a wing. Like I had seen pictures. I don't know if it was this shoe or a different shoe. Like the swoosh, the ending of the swoosh, like I thought it was a wing. So I was like, okay,
maybe that was their inspiration for having the swoosh go so far off.
Yeah, maybe it was that. I don't know, but it's kind of interesting shoe. Yeah, so retail $180, resale $500 to $600. So definitely something to go for. Are you gonna go for this one, Jamar? Are you gonna sit it out, or like what's the move for you on this one?
No, I think I'll probably go for these. If anything, probably go for them on sneakers, because sneakers take you like 5 seconds to enter, so may as well go for them on sneakers.
Yeah.
I don't think many other places will actually like release them. Probably be a lot of raffles, but yeah, I think this will be a solid shoe to try to get.
Yeah, but that's not it for Friday. We also have the Adidas Yeezy Boost 380 come out in 3 different colorways: the Azure, the LMNTE, aka the lemon, which we coined that term here on the Drop Time podcast. And also,
if you hear anybody else say that, you know where it came from. It
came from Drop Time. So also the highlight colorway. So the Azure colorway, the 380, is a European exclusive, retail at $230, estimated current resale $240 to $250. So we've kind of seen like a trend of the 380s just not do good on the market. So that's where we're getting these numbers from. So we also have the LMNTE, aka the lemon. It's a Asia Pacific exclusive. So same thing as the Azure, retail $230, resale $260. That one's doing a little higher number right now. And we also have the DDZ Boost 380 in the highlight colorway. This is exclusive to the Americas, aka North and South. So the only one we're missing is the Antarctica exclusive. So I don't know, Jamal, trying to bring some heat.
we're waiting for that. That's the one I'm really excited about, the Antarctic exclusive.
Yeah, the ice exclusive. You're gonna put it on your feet and they're gonna freeze. But yeah, the highlight retail, same thing as the other ones, $230, current resale $250 to $270. So it's a little bit higher than the other models right now, but that's just because of the market. So we might see the market just adjust back to what normal, I guess you could say 380 prices are, which is usually like 380. I mean 230 plus plus shipping and fees, so it comes out like maybe like 240, 250, sometimes under retail. So yeah, the market's weird on 380s. Like we've seen the trend on the 350s has started to go down, 350 V2. So no, we saw the 380 model introduced into the market and never did really any good. So I was saying this to Jamal. Actually, Jamal and I had this conversation the other day. How okay, yeah, so the 380 is not doing good resale wise, but it's doing good sales wise. Why? Because it always sells out. You know, it's a shoe that just people love, but it's not a good resale.
I mean, I don't know. I can't say love. I feel like if people loved it, then wouldn't resale be high?
Well, no, the thing is, it always sells out, man. So there is definitely like a consumer base for the shoe. The 380 is just not, the hype isn't there like the 350 V2.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay, I see your point.
Yeah, because if there was no hype at all, then it wouldn't sell. It'd sit.
Oh, that's a
It'd
good
be,
point. Yeah.
yeah, it'd be the same thing that just happens to like what, like a superstar, for example. That's a classic iconic Adidas shoe, you know. It's a lot of people like it, but it's not hyped.
True,
So it
true,
doesn't
true.
sell out.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, not every shoe has to be like high resale for it to be a decent shoe. And then you can have a shoe that's a good shoe that it's not going for crazy numbers. I think that's what a lot of people miss out on. They feel like they only have to have like the hypest shoes that are going for like $1,000. You don't have to. You can get a shoe that's a good shoe that doesn't go for much.
Speaking of like hype shoe $1,000, so when the Zebras came out, I was able to snag my size 12 and a half for retail, which I absolutely wore every single day to college, and I just went through them. I literally wore them so much that the bottom of the shoe split.
For real, man, that's great. I've never had that happen. That's crazy.
Dude, I wore them everywhere. I wore them hiking. I wore them to the gym. I wore them to college. I wore them to work. I wore them everywhere. Like everywhere. That was my everyday shoe. That's the only shoe I wore for like a year.
Okay, so you're like me, and you make fun of me for wearing one shoe.
Well, yeah. Well, back then I was really, really like poor, and I couldn't afford just to like a personal, you know. So like that was kind of like a gift for myself, like for getting to college. So that's why I only wore that shoe for the whole year. It was a lot. Yeah, it cost a lot of money.
Look at you now. You can afford any shoe that you want.
I don't know about that.
one day you'll get there.
One day. But yeah, that's not it for Friday. We still have a couple more releases. Jamal, give us the 411 on the rest of Friday.
So we will also see the sneakers and stuff SNS Adidas Ultra 4-time and Ultra 4D in the Tea Time colorway. So these are going to be retailing for $250. Just based on the social status 4Ds, I would expect resale to be about $280 to $300. I don't believe these are individually numbered like the social status, but SNS is a bigger retailer, and the Tea Time colorway is something that people like a lot because they did do this on an Ultra Boost, and now they're bringing it to a 4D. We'll see. Right now, it's just drawing on sneakers and stuff. That's all they're doing right now, but we'll see if there's any wider release. I have a feeling it's probably just going to be an exclusive to SNS. So definitely, if we want to go for these, I would recommend not to be waiting and sit these out. If you want these, may as well try for them because so far it's just going to be a raffle, so it's not going to be easy to get. What's your feeling on 4Ds, Luis? Do you think these are worth $250 retail?
The technology
like 40s
is there.
These specifically, just 4Ds in general.
The technology is there, you know, the 4D technology. So I haven't worn them personally, but I've heard that they're more comfortable than just normal Ultra Boost, and that they last longer. So don't take my words as facts. You know, that's just what I've heard through the grapevine.
Yeah.
But personally, would I spend $250 on an Ultra Boost, even though it's 4D? I wouldn't.
I got one pair of. I don't think they were Ultra 4Ds. They were like, I think it was like ZX something with. They had the 4D soles, and they were. I don't know if it's still like that, but they were a heavy shoe. Like these are like a few pounds. It was, you feel that you'd be wearing them. I feel. I don't know. Maybe they're comfortable. I never tried them on, but it was a freaking heavy shoe. I was amazed how heavy they were.
Man, I don't know. Maybe I'll just buy a pair so I can see if they're actually that bad.
All right, try for these then. Because if anything, you can sell them.
I don't know if I'll be able to sell them where I'm at, man.
I mean, you're not going to be there forever.
That's true. That's very much true. Yeah, I'll see. Maybe if I get them, I don't know. I gotta wrestle with the reason of spending $250 on a 40.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's a big chunk of money.
I'd rather spend $250 on a pair of like white shoes, so white leather shoes.
Okay, but, that's one way to go about it.
Yeah, that's just me.
But also on Friday we will see Stussy drop some Air Force One lows. So there's going to be two different colors. There's going to be a fossil and a black colorway. These retail at $130. Resell both right now sitting at about $380s to $400. I personally like the fossil colorway way better than the black colorway. I'm not sure about you, Luis, but fossil colorway is way nicer.
Fossil all day. I saw the black colorway and I thought I was looking at just a regular Air Force One. I was like, what? Like,
is this doesn't look that special?
Yeah, but the Stussy fossil colorway is definitely like a different sort of color. It is still an Air Force One, so it does have that iconic Air Force One look to it. But it is a Stussy collab, so I'm looking at it right now. And like the check mark is a little different. And
it's a different material. Yeah, different material.
I was about to go into that right now. The material is definitely better than regular Air Force One. It's more premium. So I kind of see where the price is coming from, definitely. The resale price. Because 130 is not that bad for a price of a shoe. How much is regular Air Force One? Isn't it like $95 or like $110? I think
usually. Like $80, $90, something around there.
Yeah, so it's no more than like $100, I think. So the 130 for premium materials and a collab with Stussy, it's definitely affordable, and the resale price is it's pretty good for both colorways, even considering the black one looks pretty bad. So it's the resale is definitely there. But that's pretty much it for Friday. On Saturday, we have a pretty strong Saturday coming out, starting with the Air Jordan 11 Retro Jubilee. So this is going to come out on sneakers and foot sites and regular Shopify retailers and maybe raffles. I don't know. I don't think raffle. The hype isn't there.
No, what are you talking about? The hype is there. They've released this already, 3 or 4 times on sneakers, and every single time they sell out quick.
I'm just messing with you, man. The hype is ripe. Have notifications enabled and everything and whatnot. But yeah, retail 220, current resale 310 to 340. Yeah, 310 to 340. So like Jamal said, the hype is definitely there. So make sure you enter all the raffles and whatnot, and definitely go after foot sites and sneakers. Never forget sneakers. Sneakers is the one you should never forget because it's really easy. You just literally press a button and you're in. That's it. And with sneakers, you can get your friends, your partners, your moms, your brothers, sisters, siblings, whoever phones to just enter on it, But make sure you ask for permission. You don't want them getting mad at you. But yeah, foot sites usually has more stock and it's easier to get than the Shopify retailers, and so definitely go after foot sites. Make sure you click the links that we tweet out. So that's not the end for Saturday. We also have Adidas Yeezy Boost 380 Azure Reflective coming out. It's European exclusive. Current retail 250, estimated resale 250 to 260. We are going to see a price correction on the normal 380 Azure. So we expect the same thing happen in Reflective. That's why we quoted these prices, 250 to 260. Jamal, is this something you're going to go after, man? Like, do you see yourself wearing the Reflectives? Is that something?
No, I don't like any of the colorways, to be honest. I don't know. These 3 regional colorways of these 3As, I don't really care for any of the colors.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, 380s in general, I don't really care for. It's just another Yeezy, honestly. But I don't know. These colorways, I'm not really feeling. I like basic colorways, like the breads that came out. Those are nice, but these, I don't know. They're not for me.
I don't know, man. It sounds like you got a lot to say, man. Because the next shoes they're gonna cover they're Yeezys, man. So
yeah, it's the same ones. Yeah,
where are you taking this? Where are you taking to this, Jamal?
No, I mean, they're also the lemons, whatever the heck they're called, however you say it. Those will also have a reflective, and then the highlight, it's gonna be a glow, so they're gonna be a glow in the dark rather than reflective. So it's the same exact colorways, just the reflective versions of them at a higher retail. I don't know. I don't really care for 380s. I don't know what it is, but I don't care for 380s. And these colorways, I mean, like the all black, the Onyx that came out of the 380s. I hate when they make an all black shoe and they throw a gum sole on it. Why'd they have to throw a gum sole? Why can't they just make the sole black also?
If it was white, okay, gum sole, I'd let it pass. But I don't know, black with the gum sole, it just makes it look tacky.
Yeah, I don't care for gum soles in general, and then you throw it on an all black shoe. Why couldn't it just stay all black? I don't get it.
Wow, that's pretty good insight, Jamal. You should
But
send that into your,
380s. I don't care for 380s too much. It is what it is. They sell,
Yeah.
so definitely go after them. The reflectives are going to be way more limited than the non-reflectives. So
As personals, they're good for resale. It's not there. It's not there at all.
Nothing crazy.
So if you're looking for like a good Christmas present, then by all means try to go after the 380s. But if you're looking to resell, flip, then no, just wait it out. You know, just next week is stronger. Like Jamal said, every single week, every single day, you have an opportunity to get something that you can flip or a good personal, because there's sneaker drops usually happening from Tuesday to Saturday. So take Sunday to refuel and listen to the podcast on Monday in the morning on your drive to work or Sunday afternoon, depending when we release it. That way you're up to date on the latest happenings.
Yeah, this way you listen to this podcast and you don't even have to think about it. It's just automatic. You know what to buy, what to go for, how much things are going for, and you're set. You don't even have to do any research.
Exactly. And the cool thing about it is that, so not only do we do the podcast, we also accompany it with the Drop Time Twitter account, which tweets out the latest links and releases and up-to-date news. So that's pretty much it for the week. So we're going to end the week right here.
Yeah, so make sure that you give us a follow. You keep those post notifications on. You can watch us on YouTube. You can listen to us on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on anywhere you can get your podcasts. But make sure that you are paying attention. You got post notifications. That's the most important, is post notifications, because that is how you're able to cop all of these exclusive stuff. You got post notifications on, you're hitting. Make sure you don't get discouraged. You can't hit one release. Don't worry. The next day, there's another release. So there's definitely plenty of opportunities to get all of these exclusive shoes. And make sure the biggest thing we do all of this for free for you guys. The only thing we ask is that you post some success. We're still waiting on some consistent success. We see it once in a while, but we don't see it that often. So we're just waiting for people to post success. We want to make sure that you're actually hitting that. What we're doing is helping you. That's what we're here for. We're here to help you guys. So make sure you do all of that and that you enjoy your time. That's the most important thing, is that you're enjoying what you're doing.
Thank you for listening to Drop Time, the self-proclaimed #1 podcast that covers the latest sneaker releases. On behalf of the Drop Time team, we wish you good luck, good health, and good vibes all around. Peace.